Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today we are from Group 5. We're presenting about the relationship between Islamic values and halal foods preferences among ASIS student in UiTM Shah Alam. So first we'll present I will introduce our members. We have five, which is myself first, Afshamdi bin Abdul Halim. We have Ahmad Dan Bashir bin Bakri, Arash bin Jamadi, Muhammad Fain Nofail bin Muhammad Noor, and Syed Amirul Ifan bin Wan Madihi. So we go first with introduction. So the global halal food, as we know, that's kind of industry that is growing rapidly due to increasing consumer awareness. So especially in Muslim population, and the demand for the product aligning with Islamic dietary law. So in Malaysia, halal food consumption is deeply embedded in the culture and daily life of its people, especially university student at UiTM Shah Alam. But in this proposal, we will highlight about ASIS student. They are playing a crucial role in shaping students' perspective on halal food choices. So, this study aims to examine the influence of Islamic values on halal food consumption among UiTM ASIS students, assesses the level of halal awareness among them, and identify key factors affecting halal food preferences among UiTM ASIS students. By analysing these factors, we hope the study will help businesses, policymakers, and educators develop strategies to promote halal awareness and adherence, contributing to the broader discussion on halal consumerism among young Muslims in Malaysia. Next, in problem statement. So, the problem statement for our proposal is the global halal food industry has expanded Muslim students' food option, but it concerns remain about their adherence to halal food. So, the growing popularity of westernized fast food culture raises questions about convenience and price surpassing religious commitments. So, as a Malaysian student, especially ASIS UiTM student at Shah Alam, generally accept halal certification, but they lack of knowledge about authentic halal food standards, potentially diminishing the importance of halal principles in their dietary routines. Next, we go through by research objective and research question. So for the research objective, we have three. The first one is to examine the influence of Islamic values on halal food consumptions among UiTM ASIS students. Next, to assess the level of halal awareness among UiTM ASIS students. And the last one is to identify factors that affect students' halal food preferences such as religiosity, social influence, and halal certification. We go next by this question. So we have four, which is the first one is how do Islamic values influence halal food preferences among UiTM ASIS students? The second one is what is the level of halal food awareness among UiTM students? What factors contribute the UiTM students' decision to choose halal food? And the last one is does adherence to Islamic values strengthen students' UiTM halal food brands? And the last one from me, we go through by the scope and limitation of the study. So basically, this study investigate the link between Islamic belief and students' preferences for halal food at UiTM Shah Alam campus. It use quantitative methods to gather the data on students' halal dining choices. Examining factors such as Islamic values, social factors, marketing, and accessibility. So the research focus on university student food and drink items, including dining hall purchases, fast food, and halal certified products. However, the study has limitations such as it only focus on UiTM Shah Alam only and its applicability to other Malaysian universities. So despite this, the study should after valuable insight into the impact of Islamic values on food purchasing. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Fain Noval. So we move to the literature review. So this literature review aim to analyze the connection between Islamic values and halal food preference among ASI students of UiTM Shah Alam. So Muslim consumer behavior is influenced by Islamic values, which include moral principles, faith, and behavioral norms. Halal food choices happen because they are based on personal beliefs and Islamic dietary laws. Therefore, this literature review will elaborate on significant studies focus on how Islamic beliefs may impact the choice of halal food. So this literature review will be derived from 10 selected academic articles published before and after 2020.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Ahmadin Bashir bin Bakri, and I will be presenting on the subtopic under the topic of literature review. And the first one is 2.2 halal food preference. Halal food preference indicates the tendencies of Muslim consumers towards food and beverage products that comply with Islamic dietary laws. According to Kader and Siddiq 2024, factors that influence this attitude include religious beliefs, cultural values, personal perceptions, and halal certifications. The consumption of halal food is not only obligatory but also increasingly supported by health, hygiene, and ethical responsibilities. And finally, trust in halal certification and sustainable traceability systems guarantees that food consumed is meeting halal and tayyib standards. Also shapes the preference towards halal food. The second subtopic is 2.3, the influence of Islamic values. Islamic values plays a vital role in directing the Muslim consumers' taste towards food that is halal. They are based on allowed and prohibited food choices stated in the Quran and Sunnah. Religious faith and understanding of halal food affect the purchasing intentions. So people like student from Faculty Archis from UiTM Shah Alam who strictly believe in the teachings of Islam always prefer to go for halal certified products, switching from non-halal products to certified products. The effect of Islamic values are seen not quite limited to religion, but also include attitude toward uh, food consumption, social norms, and ethical consideration. And the last part for me from the subtopic is 2.3 Islamic values as a mediator. Islamic belief serves as a bridge between consumer intentions and halal food consumption. The extent to which individuals feel committed to Islamic teachings determines the extent to which they align their food choices to those teachings. Some studies have suggested that an increase in religiosity might also increase preference toward halal food since they subscribe to Islamic dietary laws. Islamic values also help to close the gap between consumer awareness and consumer behavior regarding the significance of the halal certification and the sourcing of ethical food.
Next is conceptual framework. So the framework used for the study is conceptual framework, which examines the relationship between Islamic values and halal food preference among ASI students in UiTM Shalam. Islamic values act as the independent variable, while influencing halal food preference act as the dependent variable. Furthermore, Islamic values serve as mediating factor, strengthening the relationship between external influence such as halal certification, social norms, and individual preference. Lastly, the hypothesis. So the hypothesis that we derive from the three subtopics are firstly, there is a significant relationship between Islamic values and halal food preference among ASI students in UiTM Alam. Next, higher religiosity leads to a stronger preference for halal food among ASI students. Then, third one is Islamic values mediate the relationship between halal certification and halal food preference. Last but not least, The last hypothesis is social norms influence halal food preference through the mediation of Islamic values.
Okay, my name is Syed Amrul Irfan bin Muhammadihi. Okay, I will present about the methodology. Okay, I will present about the methodology of this topic. Okay, for the title and introduction. Research title: Interconnection between Islamic values and halal food preference among ASIS students at UiTM Shah Alam. For the research methodology, quantitative approach with a cross-sectional sectional survey design. For the research design, we approach quantitative research, and the method for this research is questionnaire distribution to participant. For the advantage of this research, firstly, it enables statistical data analysis, identify patterns between variable, and lastly, ensure participable and reliable findings. Okay, for the population and sampling of this methodology, our target population is ASIS students at UiTM Shah Alam. For the sampling method is stratified random sampling. For sampling criteria that have two, which is include both undergraduate and postgraduate students. For the second is categorized based on gender and academic level. For our sample selection is based on Croatia and Morgan tables. For the research instrument, we have done three questions. That is, first, section A, demographic information, that is, which is age, gender, in year of study. For the section B, Islamic values, we use Likert scale question on religious commitment and lifestyle practice. For the section C, halal food preference, which we use Likert scale question on purchasing behavior and consumption patterns. Okay, for the data collection of this method is online survey via Google Form and physical distribution on campus. For our data collection period is 1 month only. And strategy to improve response rates, we follow up reminders via email and social media. For the data analysis method description, statistic, mean, frequency, and percentage. For the inferential statistic, correlation and regression analysis to examine the relationship between Islamic value and halal food preference. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Arash bin Jamadi, and I will present about our group conclusion. This research also claimed to explain the influencing factors in assist students' choices of halal food in relation to Islamic principles at UiTM Shah Alam. The findings indicate the importance of consuming halal and tayyib food at that the level of obedience of students to Islamic teachings plays a key role in the determination of their choice of food. Their preference depend mostly on factors such as belief in halal source of food, religious commitment, and awareness about halal certification. The study further iterates that greater standards of food halal accreditation and education among institutions of educating on the ethics of consuming halal products will help the students make sound dietary choice. Further research should explore how other factors such as social influence and marketing strategies further influence the preference for halal food, since consumption of halal food is not only a religious mandate but also reflects moral and healthy eating behavior. This will, in turn, enhance the congruence between eating halal food and Islamic values that will help Muslim students to lead a more responsible and spiritually fulfilling life. That's all from us. Thank you.